Hello, my name is Bev Jordan. I'm a member of Norwest Sunrise Rotary Club. I'm also Global Ambassador with the Cancer Council and the Relay for Life. One of the projects I've been working for with World Made Good is the End Polio Now campaign, and we've been interviewing a whole range of amazing people involved in this wonderful campaign.
I telephoned Dr. John Sever. That was an inspired decision, because Dr. John Sever at that time was the head of the Infectious Diseases Division of the National Institutes of Health in Washington, D.C. I knew him, he was one of our district governors. I knew what his abilities were, and I knew we'd get the answer from him. So I phoned him up and I said, John, I told him what had happened. I said, John, is there anything we could do along similar lines to eradicate something, some disease? He said, leave it with me, I'll let you know. A few days later he phoned me up and he said, Clem, the answer is polio. Why polio? Because it was then crippling and maiming 1,000 kids a day. But it was preventable, and there was an vaccine, and it could be administered by people other than trained medical person. And we had 850,000 of them scattered around the world in 40,000 communities, every country of the world. So we didn't need medical people, we could do it ourselves. So that was the basis upon which we decided to embark upon the polio immunisation program.
In 1979, under the leadership of the second Australian president of Rotary International, Sir Clement Renouf from Queensland, they arranged for a 3H grant, Health, Hunger and Humanity grant, which immunised the children of the Philippines against polio, and polio therefore was effectively eradicated from all of the Philippines.
I was a director when President Jim Bomar went to Manila to start a 5-year Rotary campaign to immunize all the children of my country from polio, children 5 years and younger. And he did it by placing 2 drops in the mouth of a Filipino child, 2 drops of Sabin vaccine. And then government officials and Rotary officers did the same. From it developed a pattern that in later years mobilized communities, enlisted the support of millions of volunteers, Rotarians and non-Rotarians, and even cost the lives of many purveyors of the vaccine to waiting children in dangerous places because of their sacrifice and their efforts. More than 2.5 billion children have been safeguarded against this terrible disease.
So in the years following that, there was consideration as to whether that could possibly be internationalised and eradicated from the entire planet.
Polio is a virus. It destroys nerve cells. It spreads primarily through fecal matter. It's very, very easily transmitted. It can be fatal. It can cause disability. And many years later, people who've caught polio and have recovered from it in their youth develop post-polio syndrome.
The polio campaign was launched by Rotary in 1985 in Nashville in Tennessee at a National Assembly. And I was there in my role as a Rotary journalist. The world in those days had to contend with 350,000 cases of polio each year in about 120 countries. The polio virus has been interrupted in most countries of the world. The only endemic countries now are Pakistan, Afghanistan and Nigeria.
Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation actually give it a 2-for-1 deal.
That's right, that's right. Every cent that we raise now is doubled by their grants. It's been a huge help.
How much money has been spent on the eradication of polio so far?
Rotary itself is almost at 2 billion. We're in a country maybe polio-free. We still continue those rounds of surveillance, of testing, of laboratories, water systems, sewage, hospitals, all of those things. And that's the price that we pay to maintain the current status.
In India, polio was eradicated in 2014.
That's right.
but 174 million children are vaccinated in one day.
That's right.
Each year in India.
And they did that every month for about 2 years to eventually take charge. It was a huge operation.
Well, it's something like 6 million volunteers involved
Every
in the
month.
worldwide.
Every
That's
month.
incredible.
Yeah, something like 750 outposts around India to stage the campaign. Yeah.
It's an astonishing event, an astonishing organisation, and it has Rotary at its origins. And India, as a result, was declared polio-free in 2014. Creating as much chaos as we possibly can. We have banners with us, we try and block the road, shouting out polio. They can see us in yellow, they know what's coming. And we also go into the slum areas themselves, talking to them about polio the next day. And here you can see the president of a Rotary Club, together with my wife holding the loudspeaker. And we have to get to the people where they live. So they might be living in a village, such as you've got on the left, or they might be up on the first floor, up some ladders. We have to climb up the ladders and vaccinate them. What we like to do, however, is get them out to the polio booths, which we may have set up in the streets, and the fact that we are there means they're likely to come and be vaccinating. And what we're looking for is the children to do this. You can walk down the street doing this to kids and they wiggle their fingers at you because they know if you don't, they're going to get vaccinated.
World's Greatest Meal started as an idea, a thought bubble. And then I reached out, as Rotarians do, to other Rotarians that I know. The idea is that people get together, they have fun, they have fellowship, they eat, and then they give some money.
Starting it locally in Australia, it's now spreading around the world. There are many people right throughout the world who will recognise the name of Suzanne Ray and the World's Greatest Meal. She's another Rotary hero for polio eradication from Australia.
I am Suzanne Ray from Cairns, Australia. As the co-founder of the World's Greatest Meal to help end polio, I want to thank the Rotarians amongst you who have organised events in 72 countries and thus raised more than $6 million to help end polio. Greatest Meal events can be just two people having lunch. They can be large, lavish dinners. They can be frugal meals where special collections are made. In your clubs, they can be raffles and auctions. Every amount you give is matched 2 times over by the Gates Foundation. Whatever way you choose to help end polio, personally or in your club, it all brings us much closer to a polio-free world. Polio became an important issue to me when I was 4 years old, and I woke up one morning and couldn't move. I couldn't get out of bed. I remember clearly my mother and father calling the doctor and being placed in Birmingham Children's Hospital, where I was in isolation for about a year. I was lucky to live in a first world country. I don't want other children to be faced with this issue when it is eminently doable. Polio can be eradicated from the world.
The eradication of polio is our #1 project. We will keep at this until it's done. So there's great support and very innovative ideas from Rotary clubs right around the world in how we can raise funds for that purpose. I know of, for example, the train ride for polio eradication that's taking place in Sydney.
I'm guessing this is the right carriage. Hello. Hello, everybody. Hello. Hi. Which clubs?
Parramatta, the Darwood, Turramurra, Beecroft, Darling,
Turramurra, right.
Broken Hill.
Where are we?
North Sydney Sunrise.
North Sydney. Awesome. This is great. What a great thing you're doing, Mark.
Thank you very much.
How have you felt so far?
Oh, good. We've picked up a lot of money this morning. We're now at, what's the scoreboard at, Ann? 220? It's about 220 odd thousand. We picked up 50,000 this morning.
Wow. And how many stations have you done?
I've got no idea what the numbers. We're going to finish with 187 stations. But
Rotary and polio now!
When you think about the concept of taking something that has happened in a relatively small country like the Philippines and expanding it internationally. It was the leadership, the drive, the determination of Sir Clement Renouf, a humble accountant from Queensland, who was able to get us to the stage where we are now. He is a pioneer and a hero.